When he came through, he wasn't known as 50. His name was Boo. Queen come to Harlem, he'd come check us. NYPD come through, did the whole show, rush 50 off the stage. This case is in the cold case files. This is a active investigation, active unsolved murder. Mano was a good nigga from my understanding. You know, he was from Brooklyn, so he was on this Brooklyn shit. I'm from Harlem, and I was blood, so I was on my blood shit. But from moving around in prison, he was a reputable. He was a no-nonsense kind of kid. He was up there for a homie. You know, I was in there for a robbery. He had a body under his belt. Niggas definitely respected him. I wasn't putting nothing bad on his name. We wasn't in the cell block together or whatever, so I see him on the yard or see him outside joking around. World, that's my co-defendant, but you know, he's on another case. They kind of tied our case in together, the CMB case and a Supreme Team case, because of me and eBay. So eBay was up there with me, World was up there with me, reputable. Mano was up there. Bar, I didn't know him, I just knew his handle and knew his bop. I heard stories about him and shit. I was more moving and grooving with the niggas that I got off the bus with and the Bloods that I was affiliated with, and pretty much stayed in my own lane. 50 came through 94, I want to say February or March of 94. I came through November 93. He came through a few months later. When he came through, he wasn't known as 50. His name was Boo. He was like a boxer. He used to box in Gleason Gym in Brooklyn. He used to train and spar, and he used to sell drugs and do what he do. When he came through, he was, I ain't gonna say he was a reputable like Shoe Shine or none of the other Brooklyn niggas or Pretty Black or any of them dudes from Queens, but he wasn't a sucker. I would never slander the man and say he was a punk or a sucker, but he got offered the opportunity to take the shop program. So when I was with him, we was on the island for about a good 3 to 4 months together. I was in Mod 10 lower, he was in Mod 4. Then I went to 2 upper, they used to call it 2 top, the chop shop. And eventually he ended up taking the shop program. He went to boot camp. You know, boot camp is like crazy. Like you gotta run 5 miles, you gotta make your bed at hospital corners. You go there, you gotta eat your food in 6 minutes flat. You don't eat your food, they stuff it in your pocket, tape bologna on your head, they just do all type of shit. So the majority of like the ignorant street dudes at the time, as I say, they used to deny it. Like they'd rather go up north for 2 years, 4 years or whatever, than do the little 6 months in the boot camp and come home. But he ended up taking the shot program. He went to Lakeview shot joint, and then he came home. I guess when he got to the island, sitting in that cell, you know, you realize you got talent. I guess he realized that he was a rapper. Queen come to Harlem, he'd come check us. We go to Queens, or I go to Queens. We'd chill, chop it up for a minute. All that came through with the business. We went to Mars 2112 one night, and we get up in that joint, and you had 50 there performing. Somehow, some way, the motherfucking NYPD come through, did the whole show, rush 50 off the stage, because they say Preem had put a hit out on him, which was a lie. Preem in the club watching a man perform. He didn't have no issues really with 50 besides he kept mentioning his name in the song. What really transpired, because 50 was with us too when we got locked up, but he ended up going to Shock. He went to Lakeview, but he was on the island with us too. When he came home, by him, Preem, his moms, all of them being tied, Chaz, Black Hand, God bless, being tied together, he figured that as soon as he came home, he was just gonna have like a free ticket, which he did, but he just didn't have no patience. At the time, Jive was like the hottest thing in the city. So Preem telling Fifth, like, listen, chill out, I got you. Soon as Jive fizzle down, we gonna fire right back up with you. But Fifth didn't have no understanding because Jive wasn't from Southside. He was from L.E.S, and you know, he doing a lot of mainstream shit. So he started going at him with the little diss songs and doing all type of other crazy shit. Preem kept telling them, leave the man alone. They just wouldn't stop. And that pretty much kind of started their beef. I don't have no beef with the man. The man don't have no beef with me. He probably don't remember me. I remember him very well. My only issue with him was the songs. Like, he went on a radio station on the Funk Master Flex show with the whole OG Unit crew, and he did some freestyles. And he got on the joint and he started rapping and he was saying, I've been to ICU once, I ain't going again. My mom's told me to be careful how I choose my friends. He got murdered, then Troy got murdered. That nigga still in the hood while he ain't get murdered. And then he kept going and going and going. And then Flex kept dropping the bombs on the song, and you had little niggas rapping the song. First he got murdered and Troy got murdered and this and that. But the whole time, this case is in the cold case files. This is a active investigation, active unsolved murder that they really looking for. Right now, I'm sitting in the feds with 30 years for the E murder and the Troy murder. So I definitely feel he played a pivotal role in my incarceration. And he did it again with Preem. He did it again with eBay. You know what I mean? With Hamo shot me 3 weeks later, he got gunned down and this and that and that. And it's like everything that he was rapping about was literally in the cold case files. A lot of motherfuckers, like, they just look past it, but the streets know. The streets know what's going on. And then with the Hamo situation, Hamo didn't even shoot the man. You talk about Hamo shot you 3 weeks later, he got gunned down. Hamo didn't even shoot you. Hamo ain't lay a finger on the man. Nigga who laid a finger on him been running right around him in a circle. It was just a whole lot of crazy shit. I'm born and raised in Harlem, Polo Ground Towers. The whole project was Vietnam. All of us, we was just in the streets, heavy, robbing everything, and just doing whatever the fuck we felt like doing. Manny Dog was like my mentor. Came through, we talked, we chopped it up. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and he just wanted me to push weight for him. Preem come to Harlem, he'd come check us. We'd chill, chop it up for a minute. He like, how you gonna rob the robber? Nigga, you gonna get my money back or it's on site? Right now, I'm sitting in the feds with 30 years for the E murder and the Troy murder. I was 23, brainwashed, just living with no regard for human life. I threw my whole life away for $4,500. It wasn't about the money, it was about my loyalty to the wrong niggas. My name L.E.S, man, aka Leave 'em Stinking.